Good morning. First Alert meteorologist Isaac Williams here with an update on the forecast. We are in a transition day today as we get into some much colder weather moving in for Thanksgiving Day and Black Friday. And Maria Moreau is going to join us here shortly with some breaking news and just some updates on what we are following from the news side of things on this Wednesday morning. Highs today will get into the 60s, so we are going to stay above average today. After today, though, we are going to see probably a 7+ day stretch of below 60-degree high temperatures. So we have been so warm for so long this month. In fact, I did a little research earlier, and of the 25 days so far this month, 20 of them have been above average. So we are looking at some pretty crazy warmer air. But today's high, 67 degrees for Atlanta. Tonight's low temperature will be 37. So we woke up this morning to about 60 degrees. We're going to be about 25 degrees colder stepping out tomorrow morning. Of course, tomorrow is Thanksgiving. A lot of you probably are not going to leave your house in the morning, but if you do, if you need to make a last-second grocery run tomorrow morning, it's going to be cold, and it is going to be a bit on the breezy side. We're looking at wind chills down below freezing tomorrow morning, so get ready for that as well. Looking at First Alert radar this morning, the rain and storms from yesterday are out. We are seeing a few showers in the state this morning over into South Georgia and Southeast Georgia this morning, but North Georgia will not be seeing any more rain anytime in the near future. You can see some high clouds about to move back in. This is just some upper level moisture, but not going to produce any rainfall. The bigger picture shows an area of low pressure lifting up through Lake Superior and into southern Canada, and high pressure coming in from the west, and that is going to give us these two systems together. The pressure gradient between the two going to give us a pretty breezy day. This is a look at wind speeds right now, 13 miles per hour in Atlanta, so it's already kind of being a little bit breezy out there. These are not gusts, though. We're expecting gusts to be higher than that into the afternoon, between 20 and 30 miles per hour. Same thing for the overnight hours. We're going to stay breezy, so that 37 I showed you, remember, tomorrow morning is going to feel like maybe 28 to 30. So going to feel like below freezing tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, the winds stay around 20 to 25 with the gusts. So it's going to be a breezy Thursday. It's going to be a chilly breezy Thursday, and the same thing for Black Friday. I think the wind might be just a little bit less intense, but still a very breezy day expected. And again, the cold is going to be the main story as we struggle to get out of the 40s on Friday. Tomorrow we will briefly hit 53, which again is about 7 or 8 degrees below normal for this time of the year. Sunny and chilly and breezy weather is expected with, of course, no chance of rain. So again, any last-second errands you may need to run in tomorrow morning, looking good. Otherwise, the weather looks good, but cold throughout the day. A quick look into Sunday. This is our next chance of rain. Sunday's a big travel day. I expect dicier weather north of here, but some scattered rain is definitely a possibility across North Georgia Sunday and Sunday afternoon. But by Sunday afternoon, late Sunday evening, it looks like things will begin to wind down just a little bit. A bit of a break on Monday, and then a much stronger system starts to take shape back to the west, and it looks like this one is going to impact travel. Now, thankfully, next week, by next Tuesday, we should be quote-unquote back to normal, but any sort of lingering travel, if you're coming back Tuesday, for example, this is what we're looking at, widespread rain. In fact, we have gone ahead with a First Alert weather day for next Tuesday with that possibility of not just widespread rain, but a cold rain. Wait till you see the 7-day forecast and the high temperature. It's going to be pretty chilly through the day on Tuesday. Again, all of our models are in really good agreement on widespread rain. You can see up into the northeast, we could have a winter storm, possibly. This is days and days away. We'll keep you posted here on Atlanta News First Plus and inside the First Alert weather app if this system changes in any way. But other than that, we're looking at that being kind of a cold rain. So today, 67 degrees. And then highs will drop into the 50s, even the 40s on Black Friday. And then we're going to stay fairly chilly with occasional rain starting up Sunday and Monday with that First Alert weather day coming up on next Tuesday. Again, I mentioned some clouds are going to be coming back in from time to time today, but otherwise, this is going to be the last mild day that we have over the next week. So get ready for the cold. It's coming back soon, but I want to turn things over to Maria this morning watching some late breaking news just in the past 15 minutes. What's the latest?
Yeah, Isaac, thank you so much. We wanted to get you to your weather because I know a lot of you are holiday traveling, you are focused on Thanksgiving, you have that time off. So want to make sure that you are as prepared as you can be. So that report from Isaac Williams. And again, download the First Alert weather app so you have that on your phone. If there's any changes to the weather in your specific area, you will get notified via a push notification. So a fantastic tool, especially as we're starting to get into the winter season and the holidays. Isaac did mention we do have some breaking news I want to get to, and this involving President Donald Trump and his case in Fulton County. Here's the latest on what we know. The special prosecutor that was newly assigned to determine the fate of Trump's, specifically his historic Georgia indictment, has decided not to pursue the case any further. So Pete Skandalakis, who is the executive director of the Prosecuting Attorneys Council of Georgia, he took over the case recently after District Attorney Fani Willis was disqualified over appearance of impropriety. Now, that appearance of impropriety came from a relationship that she apparently had, a romantic relationship with her then special prosecutor on the case, Nathan Wade. Trump and 18 of his allies were charged with attempting to overturn Georgia's 2020 election results. DA Willis sought out RICO charges, alleging that there was a wide-range conspiracy involved in those election interference efforts. Now, after her dismissal, Skandalakis ended up appointing himself, citing an inability to secure another conflict prosecutor to assume responsibility for the case. Now, he has since, as of today, this is just into our newsroom, so we're getting the details together for you, and it's a lot of background on how we got to this point. But Pete Skandalakis, the current prosecutor overseeing this case, announcing that he has filed motions to drop the case, to not pursue it any further. So a major win for President Trump and the others that were indicted in this case. We're going to continue to follow this, of course. You can tune in to Atlanta News First News at noon, where we'll have a live report for you and the latest details to come out of this motion. All right, let's talk about another story that we are following. This one involving a death investigation at a popular nightclub in North Atlanta. This is now the scene where officers are at. It is the Vivid nightclub along Marietta Boulevard. It's near Huff Road in the northwest area of Atlanta. Officers responding around 5 this morning after receiving calls that someone was stabbed to death. Police blocked off the parking lot for much of the morning while they collected evidence and talked to witnesses. So far, no word on possible suspects or the identity of the victim. Again, this is another report. We'll have an update for you from our Atlanta News First, Don Shipman, live at noon. And the story we've been following since that viral brawl video. I want to have you take a look at your screen here. This is the video that has many people talking now, and city leaders now considering taking legal action against the Georgia High School Association. 35 football players were suspended following the massive fight during a game against Brunswick High School. Atlanta News First Neomani Watson is in Gainesville, where the school is set to play in the state quarterfinals.
Gainesville High School will have to play in the state quarterfinals without those 35 football players. School officials say they accept the ruling, but not the number of suspensions. The Georgia High School Association Board lifted 4 of the initial 39 suspensions after an appeal hearing yesterday. Video shows the moment the fight broke out after a Brunswick player ripped the helmets off of 2 Gainesville players. Then both teams rushed from the sidelines onto the field. GHSA says both teams violated bylaws when their players left the sidelines and or participated in the fight. 41 Brunswick football players have also been suspended. During the hearing, Gainesville officials admitted 4 of their players were in the wrong, but Gainesville City Schools athletic director Adam Lindsay says GHSA needs to look at each video and go player by player to determine if what the player did warrants a suspension.
We're not going to say that we didn't have kids that didn't do things they shouldn't need to do, and we're totally fine with addressing those, but just making a blanket statement, the fact that you're on the field, so therefore you're suspended, it just doesn't fit.
Gainesville will play against Langston Hughes this Friday. The school is hoping to have something from their legal team ahead of the game. Reporting in Gainesville, I'm Neomani Watson, Atlanta News First.
And thank you, Niamani, for that report. All right, take a look at your screen here. Another video we want to share with you. Suwanee police now asking for your help solving a restaurant burglary that was caught on camera. The security camera footage shows 3 people stealing the safe at Beto's Tacos. This happened last week on Lawrenceville, Suwanee Road. So we spoke with the restaurant's owner, and he told us that this wasn't the first time that they've had to deal with something like this. And you can imagine how frustrating that is. And the whole incident, again, caught on video. You can see right there the efforts to steal that safe. And of course, now the center of that investigation, $2,500 theft that is now in the hands of police trying to locate these suspects. So if you have any information, police are asking you to please come forward if you can. And we are talking about holiday travel. That is the big thing on everyone's mind right now. And today is the busiest day for drivers on the road. So if you are planning to get on the road yourself, if you're visiting family, going out of town, coming into town, make sure that you pack your patience. It is going to be a little slow going, as many are planning to do the same ahead of a hopefully delicious and enjoyable Thanksgiving for you. But today's also expected to be just as busy in the air. At Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, we are called the world's busiest airport for a reason, and that's where we find our Atlanta News First, Sarah Hammond, where just this morning we had an incident involving an unruly passenger.
Yeah, well, you know, that ground stop yesterday delayed more than 800 flights coming into and going out of Atlanta. But this morning, so far, so good. Take a look here at what we're seeing at the main security checkpoint here. This is about the longest line that we've seen all morning. The screens are indicating about a 10-minute wait. And travelers that we've talked to over the last few days say the shorter security lines have been a welcome sight. Throughout this holiday travel season, airport leaders say they expect 4 million people to pass through here until December 1st. That's also supposed to be the busiest day here. But for folks that are flying out today, they're hoping it's calmer than what some flyers experienced yesterday.
4 hours waiting because the plane was leaving from Atlanta to San Antonio, so it didn't arrive on time. It arrived 4 hours later.
We were flying in from Albany, New York, and we got to the airport at 10 o'clock. And our original flight, I think, was supposed to be at 12:30, and we didn't leave, I think, till after 4:30.
That ground stop and those delays yesterday really just emphasize the importance of keeping an eye on your flight through your airline's app or website, just to make sure everything is still on track. Hopefully you don't see any delays or cancellations as you get to where you need to go for this Thanksgiving holiday. At Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, Sarah Hammond for Atlanta News First.
And I want to end things with another live look at our beautiful Midtown Atlanta. Again, you can see some of that traffic so far looking pretty good, but expected to pick up as we get into the afternoon and evening hours. Wishing you all a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you are celebrating, we will be here on Thanksgiving at 11 a.m. with another installment of Catch Up Quick, where we're catching you up on the stories making headlines in and around Metro Atlanta, and of course, your latest First Alert forecast. Make it a great day, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you for watching ANF Plus. For more breaking news, live coverage, and your community stories, download the Atlanta News First app. You can also watch us on YouTube, Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. To join the conversation on YouTube Live, visit our channel and hit subscribe. You can also listen to the Atlanta News First podcast by searching Atlanta News First on your preferred listening platform.